Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Thank you so very, very much for being here. This is going to be a mini. So I'm going to start this off really in an unusual way. For those of you who have been subscribers for a while, and by the way, what is going on with that? People are letting me know that they have been unsubscribed. They're not receiving notifications. So I ask you to please be vigilant and make sure that you continually are subscribed and that you have hit the little bell for notifications. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think maybe some stuff might be getting played with from a higher perspective. Maybe there are a reason why more liberal leaning channels seem to be having a bit of a problem. Anyways, I digress. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you may remember Marcus. So Marcus is our guy in the know in Georgia. All right. And I think he sort of alluded to the fact that he was, he works within government agencies. He's connected to the housing industry, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to read you. I got this letter from him. And Marcus, I'm sorry if I got that all screwed up, but it'll explain this in your quick little letter. Here we go. I'm leading a team from Statesboro, Bullitt County, on a lobbying trip to Washington, D.C. on February 6th through 10th. So that is next week, the week after. Mark your calendar. The group from Bullitt County includes myself, my boss, Statesboro Councilwoman Colette Chavers, and Bullitt County Commissioner Ray Mosley. In addition to attending an advocacy conference helped by Habitat International, we are scheduled to have breakfast with Senator Warnock and an extra side meeting with Congressman Rick Allen. We will likely be included in lobbying meetings in other sort of congressional offices as well. Please send us light and positive energy as we do this. We could especially use light energy as we meet with Congressman Rick Allen. To quote one Republican county manager, quote, Congressman Allen's head is so far up Trump's rear end, you may accomplish more by talking to a random person on the streets of D.C. Kind of cute. And he says thanks. So if you think about it, put that on your calendar and shoot some light that way so that, it's connected to Habitat for Humanity. So, and making sure that there's housing for people in need. So I think that this is a good thing to send some light to. All right. Now, speaking of Georgia, I want to take a look and see I haven't been paying a lot of attention, to be honest, with the whole, Fani Willis hired a prosecutor to join the team, and he doesn't have a lot of experience, but in any case, and then apparently there was some sort of a relationship between the two of them, and now he is in the process of a divorce, and the wife or the wife's lawyers, the ex-wife lawyers, are kind of going through the juggler on this, and they're wanting to, drag everything into the public and into the court. So I want to take a look. This is the thing, right? I'm going to flip some cards, but mostly I want to do this energetically. Okay, so let's just start with the cards quick. So, how is Fani Willis doing? How is Fani Willis doing? How is Fani Willis doing? I just, that has to be a lot, right? I mean, the last thing she wants is anything to sort of impact or interfere with her presentation of herself, right? Her she's the district attorney for that area. You don't want this kind of stuff kind of invading. Yeah, okay, so according to this, there was definitely some sort of a connection there. And what is going on right now I'm not going to say that somebody is helping blow this up so that Bonnie Will's name gets a little smeared. I'm not saying that there's somebody who might possibly be helping that side, the opposing side, but there's definitely a lot of force behind this kind of a situation, a little bit more maybe than there should be. So wouldn't surprise me to see some point, perhaps not right now, but at some point, the gentleman that was hired, it may very well be that he is just decide to leave that particular case, because what it's doing is creating more conflict and more confusion than needs to be. So focusing on Fani, however, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so she continues to want to surround herself with the very, very best, and she wants to just continue to gain sort of the power and the status that is going to be needed to move through this process. It's very important to her that the focus stay not on her, but on the situation, on what was done, on the election interference. And so she doesn't like the spotlight on her, and she is continuing to rely and depend on the people within her team to keep this thing moving forward. Now, there's still some stuff. She's got the moon here. So there's still some stuff that hasn't come to the surface yet. I don't know that it is going to be particularly devastating or one way or the other. The energy around this has really, really more to do with not necessarily the ex-wife somehow finding justice or being vindicated, although I can't tell you what she's actually feeling. This feels more like an attempt to distract and to just sully up a name. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of picking up there. Listen, ultimately she's going to come through this, but this is the thing. Interesting, she's got the Six of Cups here. So this is curious, right? Because energetically what I'm picking up is that I think by time we get to the Georgia case, whenever that ultimately finds a court date that sticks, okay, it is going to be very different than what our expectations are right now. So I don't see that court case going forward for quite a while, sorry to say. And it feels like there may be another, one or two people who end up taking a deal. It's been very quiet that way lately, so I wouldn't be surprised if something else pops up. But in some ways, it feels as if I want to say it this way. It feels as if she wins, but it's sort of anticlimactic. So I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know if there have already been other cases that have won. And basically, this becomes like, the ice cream on top of the icing on top of the cake on top, right? Where it's just stuff is just almost like getting piled on. Not without justification. I'm just saying. And so, after the first couple of guilties, it's kind of old news. So there's definitely something going on there. And again, I'm having trouble getting Trump in that defendant's chair. He just keeps being MIA. I go to look for him down the road and I can't find his energy. She is going to come through this, all right? Her case continues to be strong, and she is going to ride this. The thing about her energy is she has an amazing capacity to hyper focus, all right? So she is able to literally sit in the middle of absolute pandemonium and chaos around her and stay completely focused on what it is she's focused on. And so a lot of the stuff that's going on is not actually creating as much of a distraction for her as, somebody might think. They might really think that it would be great if you could just distract her and she starts making mistakes. That's not likely to happen. The distraction is just creating, a lot of kind of gossipy talk. In Georgia. So that's what I'm getting there. But it feels as if as her case goes forward, there's going to be some sort of late minute shifts or changes and surprises. So again, whether there may be a few people who are sorry, I apologize. My brain went blank. So maybe there's a few more people who are going to take the deal. Maybe there's some more information comes out. But the bottom line really does feel like that case is strong and it's going to go forward. It's not going to be as cumbersome as it looked like it was initially going to be with 18 defendants. But and there's just an energy around it of, there's all of these like guilty verdicts, but I don't know, there's just something about it that is sort of like, oh, well, okay. Kind of like if the head guy isn't there for whatever reason, or he's already been punished, then all of the lesser people who were charged, it's interesting, but it no longer feels like it's imperative for the survival of the country. Okay, that's what I mean by it's just sort of anticlimactic. So overall, what I'm seeing is that she is going to be able to weather this storm, and she is going to come through it. And so that's just all good. That's what I've got for this mini on Willis today. Don't forget to mark your calendars to send Marcus and his team some energy light February 6th through 10th. And that's what I know. Questions for Pendulum Friday, please put them in the comment section below. Thank you so very, very much for being here. Until next time, take care, be well. Bye-bye.